just stands.
One nation under indivisible
and justice for all.
Miss Lawrence, if we could do roll call?
Ms. McDermott?
Present.
Mr. McGinley?
Present.
Ms. Radel?
Here.
Oh, present.
Okay, do we
Oh,
have
present.
any? Thank you.
Sorry.
Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to add a discussion about what fund the money would come to for the compensation of the attorney. If we could add that, that would be great.
Yep, we could add that. That would be number 2. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda with Ms. McDermott's addition?
Motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Abstentions? No. Okay, so the first agenda item is reviewing and discussing the advertisement seeking letters of interest for outside counsel regarding the special election for the district attorney. So if you guys, that was attached to the agenda the way that it was. So just a couple of things I wanted to address in it. So we put in there 5 years experience. I just wanted to get like input on if you think that that is a decent amount of experience. I put in the date of them being due. They would just be letters of interest being due Tuesday, June 1st. They'd be sent to Sharon. I included the date the election board decision was made, and then just a couple other things. If you guys wanted to add anything else that you wanted in the letters or the date or anything like that, open to suggestions.
I'm fine with what you proposed.
I don't know how detailed it should be. Tim, you probably have more experience with something with like, the advertisements going out. Is that broad, just a general explanation? Is that good? I think so.
Sorry, were you asking Tim, Leanne?
Well, I was just asking him if he had, he has more experience with it. I thought maybe if he had any suggestions, he's probably better at it, at knowing more than I.
My thoughts are that anybody's interested in this particular decision and has experience with election law, that's the criteria. And you have that pointed out, I believe, in your advertisement. I don't think you're going to get a ton of people applying because election law is only one small segment of the law. But, anybody who wishes to apply, the 5 years experience, I think that's a reasonable expectation. And they can add anything they want in a resume or anything you would like to add as far as your letter of interest. So I think you're okay unless you have something specific, which when we interview or however we'll do this, we could cover the specifics of the decision and let those people respond to that, to how they would decide to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think having the time frame is good. That's 1 week, right? 1 week from tomorrow. So when
we probably and Sharon, correct you, probably this advertisement would be in the papers Wednesday.
What day are you looking to have it published?
Well, I think as soon as possible, right, Kendra?
Yeah, as soon
Okay.
as I was thinking if we're okay tonight, if we could ask, for it to be posted in the paper maybe tomorrow, would the soonest be Wednesday or Thursday?
If we put it in, if I sent the request into the paper tomorrow, it would be in Thursday's paper.
It wouldn't be until Thursday. Okay, so you guys then,
I think we should extend the deadline then, Kim.
yeah,
Kendra.
okay.
I would say yes on that.
And you
Did
have
you-
a holiday in there, so
Oh, boy, that's right. We do
Oh,
have a
maybe
holiday.
you want to look at Friday, June 4th.
Friday?
Yeah, that would give them a week and a day or so, and you have the holiday in there, so, some people may be
Yeah, that's
taking some time off. I don't.
Okay. So we could change that to Friday. What's that, the 4th?
I think it is.
read my calendar. It's too small.
It is.
Yeah, okay, good. And
So Sharon, change that instead of the close of business Tuesday, we'll change that to close of business Friday.
Okay.
Is everything else okay?
so will this only go in a newspaper or will it be published anywhere else? I don't know if it could go on the county website. I'm not really sure how that would even work.
Well, it would be on our webpage, right?
Council, under council or just
Council.
on the county?
We could request that it go on one of the other pages earlier.
So Sharon, is that something Sharon can do?
Well, Sharon can make that request, I think.
I can I can do ours. I can do the council page, but IT is going to have 100 questions on where to put it on another page and how. I mean, I don't know where you're looking for the splash page, the first page that comes up on the website.
I think that's probably the best one.
Whatever is
Yeah.
the easiest.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes there's like headers on there. Would we be able to get it on there?
I can send a ticket in. I don't know.
Okay.
And we always advertise in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
We only are advertising right now with the Citizens Voice. You want to do in the standard speaker?
Yeah, I think if we do like 2 papers that are like circulated, that would be good. So we could do the standard speaker and the Citizen Voice.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Leanne, is that okay with
Yeah.
you?
That's fine. I'm just trying to think of any other.
Well, I think that when the Citizens Voice advertises in 3 other sister papers, like out in Dallas and something else. I would have to look up because we haven't used them for a while, but it's not just the Citizens Voice. If I put an ad in the standard speaker, I don't know if we would have to open an account with them or if I can just submit an ad. They're actually part of the Times Leader, which we no longer use.
No, the standard
Standard
speaker,
speaker,
the Citizens Voice.
it's a Citizens Voice.
Yeah.
So when you
Then
advertise, do they cover that one then, Sharon?
it might be included, yeah. I could check.
Well, we can ask, and if not, we make sure we put an ad there.
What about with the Times Leader? Are they part of the Scranton Times? Is that tied in also with different papers?
Well, I think the Times Leader, Leanne, they're holding companies in North Carolina, I think. They do own some papers, but I don't think there's anyone else locally.
Okay.
But the Citizens Voice, the Standard Speaker, and the Scranton paper, the Times Tribune, are all under the one owner publisher.
Okay.
Okay. So Sharon, if we typically use the Citizens Voice and they do cover the sister papers, then I think that's sufficient. And then if not, we could just add the standard speaker.
Well, if everybody's okay, I'll make a motion to, approve the ad and publish in the papers or.
Okay. I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Abstentions? No. So Sharon, you're okay with that? And then if you need anything,
I'm going to actually email her now and maybe she'll answer before the meeting ends.
oh, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so then in the meantime, we can move on to the agenda item that Leanne brought up. So if you guys want to talk about the compensation how we'll compensate the outside counsel. I'm assuming that the two options would be from the county council budget or from the Office of Law budget. Yeah, I'll give my opinion if you guys want that first. I think we take it from the county council budget, just because we're technically carrying out the will of council. A majority of council voted to hire outside counsel to get an opinion. So that's my take on it. But obviously I want to hear what you guys have to say too.
I guess it's uncharted territory for me.
If you look at the county council budget, it's rather lean. You know, we only have like things for office supplies and Ms. Lawrence's compensation and like the compensation for county council. We don't really have money in there for legal counsel, but obviously the county council has the purse strings as far as any monies that would be found in the reserve. So obviously that's an option that would allow us to be able to compensate an attorney. So.
And what about from the Office of Law? Is that a possibility?
I think it's a possibility personally, but I think that the Office of Law, that's a budget that they submitted for their expenses. We're not even quite halfway through the budget year. You know, if they would come up short at the end of the year, they'd be coming to us and we'd have to be looking for funding from some other source. So I think it would be better if we, at this point, if we're closer to the end of the year, I think it'd be a little easier, but right now, it may be a problem we'd be facing with November or something.
If you guys agree you should take it from the reserve, then we could get a resolution together, but that would have to go to the full council to vote on that. So Leanne, what are you leaning towards? Like, what's your take on this?
Well, first of all, what are we going to do? I guess just the process. Are we going to narrow it down to, the committee will narrow it down to 3 people, and then we have to take that to council to vote on? And if that's the case, if we're going to take that to council, then I guess we could vote as well on the money. Is that the step that we have to do though first, is get it narrowed down to 3 to present to council?
Yeah, I think,
or depending on how many people.
Depends on how the applicants, yeah, we would have to take it to council to vote on. Yes.
Okay. So I'm fine with that. We'll see. You know, again, if that would pass through council, hopefully.
Okay. Do you guys?
We voted to have the committee and pursue this.
Okay.
You think that would be the case, right?
The same people would. Okay. I'm good with that.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Do you guys suggest talking about that now and sending it to council now, or waiting until we narrow it down and then going from there?
Well, why don't we make it a package where we present the names and the compensation at the same time?
I agree, because then we'll have a better idea of what that amount's going to be.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. Leanne or Tim, do you guys have anything else?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, great. So we'll open it up to the public. If anybody from the public has any comments, you'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Kendra, it's Walter.
Yeah.
On this paying the attorney out of the special legal fees, are we going to make a line item in our budget? So are we going to do a budget transfer by council, by ordinance, and do a budget transfer? Is that how the council plan or the committee wants to do that? So we could designate a certain amount of money in a certain line item, or how does the committee plan on doing that? Because I think we should put it in a special line item, because we don't have a line item for legal fees. So that's my only concern. I don't know. I know we don't know how much it's going to cost, obviously, until you get your RFPs back and all that. So you might want to just think about doing something like that, you know? So that's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Walter. And we'll have a better idea too, like you said, once we get those letters back and we could see where we're looking. Conversation. Does anybody else from the public have any comments? Is anyone else on?
This is Linda. I do have a comment and a question on the ad. I believe your ad says that you're advertising for someone to present the issue. The last draft that I read did not say where you want it to be presented. And so my suggestion would be that you be a little clear in the ad about what your goal is. Again, as I said, when this vote was being taken and the next day, I think you need to be very clear about exactly what you expect someone to do. We don't need another legal opinion. What you all voted to do was to get someone to take this to the courts. So
Right.
I don't believe that your ad actually says that. I would suggest that you reword it, but I realize you've already agreed on what your content of your ad would be. That's all.
But we can amend it. Right, Kendra?
We could amend it if you guys would like to, but I think we have to present the issue of whether the new district attorney succession law requires an election to be held in the November election. If you guys would like to amend it, we can, but I think that if any attorney with at least 5 years experience is going to submit a letter, I would at the very least hope that they're up to date on what council is looking for. I would hope that that's something they would read if they're going to submit a letter for the case. Disagree, I think that we can amend it, but Leanne, Tim, what are you guys thinking?
Well, I think that if we can make the ad as clear as possible, that's fine.
Okay,
It doesn't hurt to add it.
Yeah.
Certainly, that's
So I
an idea.
present to the judicial system or to Luzerne County courts or.
Would it be Luzerne County courts though?
if this issue is heard, would it be heard in Luzerne County Court?
Well, I think that's where you'd start. I don't know where they might bump it up. The court may make a decision on that.
Could we do let's see, 5 years experience law to present the issue to the courts of whether the new district attorney succession law?
I would say to the courts. That's just, more general. We don't know what court it's going to go to.
Okay.
Kendra, may I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah, Sharon.
Your actual resolution is nice. The title of it has to present the issue to the courts to allow the court to make an unbiased decision regarding blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's your exact wording of your resolution.
Right.
I don't know if that helps.
So in the ad here, we have to present the issue of whether the new district attorney succession law, should we just, Leanne, Tim, do you want to add what's in my resolution or do you want to add to present?
I like that. I like that idea.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Can you read that off again?
So your ad would say to present the issue to the courts to allow the court to make an unbiased decision regarding the decision made by the Luzerne County Election Board on April 21st, 21 to hold a special election for the office of District Attorney in November of 2021.
Okay.
The only thing I would comment on there, Kendra, it's really technically not a special election, so maybe just election. But
Just election. And the only other thing too, because we thought it was the 21st, but it was actually made on the 28th. So that would have that date.
So if we could just strike the word in the one you just read, Sharon, that was good. The word special. And then edit April 21st to be April 28th.
Okay, now are we having interested counsel? We're going to pick up from there exactly as your ad says, correct?
Interested counsel, yes.
But that is actually, you're actually saying that in your resolution title because it says the election board on April 28th, the decision.
So then Sharon, we
Right.
pick up, letters should be sent directly to Sharon Lawrence County no later than, and then Friday.
Right, I think that is fine. Do you want me to read the whole thing again?
Yes, could you please?
Sure. I'll just start from the beginning. Luzerne County is seeking legal counsel with a minimum of 5 years' experience in election law to present to the courts to allow present the issue to the courts to allow the court to make an unbiased decision regarding the decision made by the Luzerne County Election Board on April 28, 2021 to hold an election for the office of District Attorney in November of 2021. Letters should be sent directly to Sharon Lawrence no later than close of business Friday, June 4th, 2021.
Okay, could we have a motion to accept that as read?
I'll motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Sharon.
You're welcome.
Back to public comment. Linda, did you have a second part to your comment? Because I know we kind of interrupted you to do that.
Yes, actually, I had another question, and that was about this idea of where the money is coming from. Did I remember hearing this incorrectly, or didn't Romilda say that funds for any attorney that we would need or feel the need to hire would come from special legal?
I did not hear when she said that. I'd have to go back and check. But I think we could look into that for our next meeting, because we're not going to present that to council where the money's coming from until we narrow them down. But I'll make a note of your question for sure and just double check.
I think if you look back at the meeting, Ms. Hauk, I think Mr. DeLuca may have indicated that. I don't think Ms. Corcoran did.
Okay, but somebody did say that, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
great.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Linda. Anybody else from the public?
Kendra, if I could just finish up on my comment, I forgot to say about the sunshine law. There was a bunch of emails that were sent back and forth to the committee about that sunshine law thing. I think Vito sent out an opinion just a little while ago. One of the problems that we're having with the legal notices is that we're not putting in the telephone number for people to participate. It says go to the website. And that's what the whole issue was with Denise Williams with the legal ad, is that there's nothing in our legal ads that say the phone number to be able to use to get into the meeting is this in our legal ad. It says go to the website. Well, that's great for people to have a computer or a website, but if you don't have one, then you can't attend the meeting. And that was what the whole gist of all those emails were that were going back and forth all weekend between Denise. She was all upset because we didn't put that in our legal ad. So if we could put the phone number in, at least of the way people could join these meetings, I think that's probably what the whole issue was on that. So I just wanted to bring the committee up to speed as to what the emails were. They tended to get a little bit dancing around, and it might have got confusing for people. So I just wanted to let you know that was what the gist of the email was that there was no phone number put in those ads. So in the future, I guess we should probably put them in so people can join the meeting.
Right.
Thanks for letting me clarify that, Kendra.
Okay, thank you, Walter.
Well, just on that issue about phone numbers. Some of the meetings, for each meeting, the phone number changes. And obviously, as you can see, sometimes we want to get an advertisement in the paper to meet our number of day deadline, etc. And sometimes the meetings are not set up. So sometimes you don't know what the phone number should be. I do agree that we should make an effort, but there could be some issues that we have to iron out before we're able to accomplish it.
Hey, it's Jared, if I could speak real quick. For all Zoom meetings, the number and the bridge information will stay the same unless it changes from the Zoom side. So we have those templated, so the number, the meeting ID, and the password stays the same unless something happens and it changes from Zoom. So we can push forward with that and it would stay the same for the next meeting for this meeting. So you can use the same information over and over again, and I could let you guys know if that ever changes.
Okay, because I checked on it as well, and I guess it was because sometimes some committees and council uses Teams and some use Zoom, so I think there was a difference in those numbers, but that's good to know that the Zoom phone number stays the same. Thanks, Jared. Anyone else from the public have any comments?
I'm not from the public, but I just got an answer from the Citizens Voice.
Okay,
They have the Scranton Times, Standard Speaker, Pottsville Republican Herald, Wyoming County Examiner, and Valley Advantage. Those are the papers I could get an ad in through the Citizens Voice.
okay,
Now, they don't come with the current ad that I put in. They're extra. So I would have to tell her what other papers we want the ad to run in of those ones I just cited.
Leanne, Tim, I'm thinking the Luzerne County papers are sufficient unless you guys think otherwise.
Yeah, I agree. We want Luzerne County, I believe.
Okay, so Sharon, the Standard Speaker, the Citizens Voice, those are the two Luzerne County papers. I think you said Wyoming County, Pottsville, we don't need those two.
We have the Scranton Times, Hazleton, Standard Speaker, Pottsville, Wyoming County, and Valley Advantage. I don't know what county that is.
Okay, so Tim, Leanne, you guys are still okay with if we do Standard Speaker and Citizens Voice that we talked about earlier?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
Sharon. Those
Yeah.
two.
You got it.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else from the public have anything? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night.